Right, boys. Okay, we're on. Welcome to the new pod.
Hello.
Same pod studio as, I don't even know what we called the last one. One coaching podcast.
One shit.
That's basically there's a bit of an L, which is why we've started a new pod. I don't know if you want to announce the name, if you can remember it.
I can't remember it. Shit.
The Lifted Lifestyle Podcast.
Yeah,
Boom.
boy.
I mean, we realised with the one cast, basically, like, we just weren't being ourselves.
Yeah, we were preaching a life that we don't actually live.
Yeah.
Obviously, at some points, we are 100% all in with gym at points, but we do like to let our hair down, shall we say.
Yeah, and like even across the board with other content, it was just stuff that we weren't watching ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, podcast I'd watch would be fun ones, talking about stuff that's like got partially about the gym, but also
about life.
Yeah.
In general.
Just living, people going on holiday, people like having experiences outside of how to bloody like do a dumbbell press.
And I think as well, like, you know how you say we watch podcasts ourselves? I don't think there's anyone really that's doing this. Like, people might be kind of doing it, but I think we just want to enhance that a little bit.
Yeah. So the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast, the clue's in the name. More about lifestyle, a little bit about lifting. But
yeah, there obviously is going to be some gym stuff in there because that is what we do. But we want to talk about other stuff as well.
Yeah,
because
realistically, what we do, like Leo said, is when we're on, and when we're off, like, you got to be able to balance them both.
Yeah, man.
Be out with your mates, and then if you're prepping or if you're dieting or you're not on holiday, you're on the money.
Yeah.
So that's
depends
the pod,
on the goal at that point. That's what I'd say. Whatever your goal is at that point, or for us, that's how we sort of run our lives.
Yeah. So this is all off the back of going to Hvar as well, which if you've not watched the Hvar vlog, I'll put some clips over this, but go watch it.
Fucking sick, man.
It's awesome. So I thought in this pod we could do a little Hvar review.
Yeah.
And give you a bit of an insight if you are interested in going to Hvar, which, to be fair, everyone should freaking go because it's awesome.
Yeah. I think for a start, it's one of those places that kind of goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
I can't really see you.
Yeah, we always have this. You're like blocked by the road.
Yeah, it's one of those places that people don't really think of when they think of, I'm going to go on a lad's holiday. They always think of like Maga, Beefer, Marbella, those kinds of places. But I think we wanted to just sort of not go with the norm, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, even before, when we were going to Makarska, that was like, we go there, there's not that many English. You can chill out and like escape from it.
Yeah.
And also, Ibiza, you'll go and spend like crazy money probably.
Spent quite a lot anyway, but
yeah, we'll go over that.
Yeah,
so
we'll go over that shit.
First things first, let's go over what we actually did.
What did we do first?
Well, we flew into Split.
Yes, we flew from Luton to Split. Quite late, wasn't it?
Yeah, late flight.
What was it, like 9? I
think we landed.
Did we get delayed? No, that was on the way back. No, we didn't get delayed. We landed at about, was it 9:15?
Yeah.
And I threw up. That's good. Good start.
Not for any bad reason. It was just...
I don't know what happened to me.
No idea.
I was at passport control waiting to get my passport looked at. And I was talking to the bloke like... like my mouth was filling up with saliva.
Let me in first.
I was literally sprinting from there to the toilet. Threw up everywhere. And then I was completely sound. So
yeah,
don't
great
know what
start.
that was about.
So yeah, flew into Split. And then we got a little pad in Split. You need a wee already? All right. Bo's got the worst bladder in the game, but he's back. We're back. So yeah, we flew into Split and got a pretty awesome pad, which was quite cheap actually.
I have no idea how much that was. I was on holiday before when you booked that. Yeah. And I just said, book anything.
Yeah.
I'm happy with whatever.
We're literally there for a day, and we thought...
Not even a day, was it?
No.
We were there under 24 hours. We were there for like 12 hours.
Yeah, so we didn't bother getting like some outrageously nice pad. And to be fair, the one in Hvar even was the same, but we knew that we wouldn't be spending that much time in there. So...
well, how would you describe the gaff? It was like... It was like, is it a townhouse?
Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of like a church, but like everything was like wooden and old, but
yeah, it was defo haunted, but it was nice. It did the job. Didn't it?
Literally right in the centre. So I think if we're recommending, like, I would do that again.
Yeah, get in the centre, get in the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we end up paying like 25 quid each or something.
Yeah, it was very cheap, very cheap.
But it was literally right near all the cafes, right near the front where all the boats were. So
it was what we wanted.
Yeah.
It was ideal.
Maybe I'll put a link to it.
Yeah.
Get a little.
Get some commission from it.
Yeah, some commission.
So yeah, we got there. We must have got there at about 10:30, 10ish.
Yeah.
Got in, bagged straight onto the beds.
My heart was racing at this point. I was so excited.
Yeah, we were ready to get out. A couple of us had showers, didn't we? And that, and then
freshen up, and then we went into Split, where initially we were trying to find a place called. Do you remember?
Crozzies.
Yeah, Crozzies.
I've heard this is a very good place from TikTok, so I've heard it's good, but we couldn't find it, could we?
No, we were walking around for a bit, walked into this one bar, and like it looked good from the outside, music was playing and stuff, and then we got in, ordered some drinks. I think it was like a 70 quid round.
70, 80 quid round, and we drank them literally within a minute and left.
Yeah, because I don't know, it was really busy, and we just got off the flight, so we probably weren't prepared for like the hustle and bustle.
Just yet.
So literally slammed the doubles and dipped.
And left, yeah. Where did we go? We had a little stroll, didn't we? Like 20-minute stroll.
Yeah, which like Split is really nice.
Yeah, it is a lovely place. Very clean.
Yeah, which to be fair, all the places that we've been to in Croatia,
that is one thing. It's just all clean. Everyone there is like well dressed.
Yeah,
it's just a nice.
But also,
I think
everything gets uplifted because you've got like 10 yachts everywhere.
Everywhere's
like,
just sick.
The whole of the port is just full of yachts.
Yeah.
So I think like people bringing money in obviously
helps massively.
Yeah, boosts the thing. Yeah. But it's not like you're there and thinking, oh, everyone's rich
up
and
their own
blokes.
Arses, yeah, it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
Again, we're getting sidetracked, but when I think of like Ibiza and Marbella, I think of people who just think they're sick.
I think they're 10 men.
And like they're living this sort of like fake life almost.
So. Yeah, it's so much less fake. At least, I've not been neither of you Ibiza or Marbella, so
no.
We're gonna have to go and like
we'll go next year.
give you a recap. But yeah, it's really nice. So we went to after the double and dip. We we then went and sat down somewhere to try and chill out, which was actually a lot better. I think
it was very nice there. Outside.
Yeah, just dark, outside the little warm, churchy thing.
Yeah, it was right in the it's like a square, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
It was very, very nice there. I like that.
But we were asking a waiter where to go afterwards, and she was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange.
Okay. You know, we're a bit like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So I think Split as a place, there's a few. If you are going for an evening, there's like there's really nice bars.
Yeah.
Sit down bars. And then there's two places which we went to. I can't remember the name of the.
Oh, I ain't got any clue. So after the second bar where we sat outside, we went to. It was a similar sort of vibe to the first place,
but a lot bigger,
nicer. Good tunes, like
yeah.
The tunes were
we walked
sick.
in and I can't remember what was on. It was an awesome bop. I can't remember what it was.
We just walked in and straight away the legs were loose.
Yeah, it was like yes, we've made it.
Awesome.
So I'd recommend going there. I can't remember the name, but it was basically if you go right to the front of the water, all the way on the right hand side, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Or left as you're looking in from like.
Yeah. So we went there, bit of a boppage.
Got pretty drunk there, I think.
Got pretty loosey-goosey. And then headed to Central.
Yes, which was another recommendation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, like TikTok people there saying Central.
I think there actually is two places, though.
Yeah.
Because the bar lady said another place, but she was like, it's like a bit further away.
Yeah.
So not in the centre.
Not as close.
And Central was good. It was absolutely rammed.
It was so busy, and it was like sardines. I was sweating my absolute nut off.
Yeah, it's a good job I wasn't 120 kilos when we went there.
You'd been dead.
I would have literally passed
Cardiac
out.
arrest, mate.
Yeah, but that was really cool. Like, it's a proper club, isn't it? I think that's the only real one that's not like a bar / superset with music.
Yeah.
Stayed there till about 2, and then when we left to get a breather, and then the bouncers were like, "Oh no, you
can't come back in.
You've not been in. You've not got a stamp or whatever."
So we sweet talked him.
Yeah.
You showed him a video of us in there, didn't you, from about 10 minutes ago?
True, actually.
And he was like, "All right, fairs." And then that other bouncer was so pissed off at us. He like grabbed our arms and slapped this stamp on me. I was like, "Fucking hell."
Yeah. So stayed in there a bit longer, but I think after a day's travel, it was like...
We were flagging, weren't we? It must have been about 3:30, 4.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which was ideal because the place was so close. It was just like 2-minute walk.
Yeah, we left and we went to the seafront, which smelled of eggs.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot about that.
It stunk of absolute shite.
I don't know if I've got a cliff of Guy. I'm sure I do somewhere. It smelled awful.
Yeah,
it was like right where all the nice restaurants are as well. It
was the smell of the sea, obviously, but it just smelled so bad. It was disgusting. So
literal eggs.
We actually sat down, didn't we, for a couple of minutes. We were thinking about maybe going to get a cheeky kebab. Decided against it. Went back, straight to sleep. Me and Elliot had a nice spoon. You and Guy shared a room. And then we got up early, didn't we? We were up at 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
So 3-4 hour kip, straight up, showered, quickly packed all our stuff and left.
Which I think for Split, I could probably... I mean, we didn't see much, so I'm sure there's more to discover. But I don't think I'd want to go more than 3 days. Would you?
No, I'd get a bit fed up of it. Like, I think it is, because it's a city, it's more of like a city break kind of place where you just go, I think, for a few days. I mean, if someone said you want to go there for a week, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
I think obviously there's definitely better options to go.
Yeah, so basically left then from Split. The best way to get to Hvar, if you're going to go to Hvar, is the ferry.
Yes.
Which is pretty cheap, like 20 quid, something like that.
Yeah, 20 quid. I was shocked at that. I thought it was going to be way more. Because before we went, we did a little bit of research, didn't we?
Yeah.
And on some websites, it was saying it took 8 hours on this ferry. And we were like, that can't be possible. Because we've been to Hvar before on a day trip when we were in Makarska. And we got there within like half an hour.
Yeah.
So we were like...
I was thinking, was it because it's a speedboat? Is this ferry like just mega
really
slow?
But we were there within 45 minutes.
I reckon I could literally swim it for the time that it was saying.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that's the best way. I mean, when we went to Karsk, you got to get a taxi, and it's like really long. Fly in, getting a taxi, and then it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's a trek.
Got an absolute blasting headache on the way there. But yeah, Hvar ferry landed, and then basically.
We got there quite early. Well, it wasn't that early. It was probably like 1, maybe.
Yeah, midday-ish.
Yeah, around midday.
Straight to the gaff, which, if you've ever been to Croatia, for some reason, every single gaff is like up the world's biggest hill.
Mount Everest.
Yeah, so we're absolutely blowing, pulling our suitcases up. And then we're into Hvar, which, go watch the vlog if you want to see the full thing. But I think rather than going through each day, we'll give some recommendations, or maybe top 5, top 6 places to go, and we can do it in a bit of a chronological thing.
It's tough because it's one of those places again where, unlike Ibiza, I think there's like, from the looks of things, there's a lot of places in Ibiza, a lot of clubs, a lot of beach clubs, whereas in Croatia, there's a lot less, but I just feel like they're better.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, Ibiza-wise, there's like 8, 9 different places.
There's so many.
And I was looking at that Ushuaia, whatever. It's like 75 quid to get in.
Yeah, which is just taking
a
piss.
bit of a painful. So instead, we just spent 300 quid at Hula Hula.
Yeah, that leads us nicely on to. Should we go top 1?
Yeah, we'll go through it a bit chronologically. So the first one that we'd recommend, which was the first place we went to, was
in the day.
Hula Hula.
Hula Hula Beach Club. I love that place, man.
In the day, it's like quite chill, nice and sunny.
It's lovely. Very nice.
Few little hacks if you are going to go. I mean, I don't know how many of you are going to go, but freaking go. We'll see you there next summer, mate.
Just go.
The first day we ended up getting a couple of beds, which were like, if you get the beds on the I don't even know what you'd call
decking,
it. On the decking, yeah. Decking. It was like 40 quid a bed.
Yeah, which is pretty steep.
Yeah.
I'd say anyway.
It's a bit painful first hit, and then you went and got drinks and we were being a bit loose.
Stupid.
Yeah, a bit of an idiot. Again, Leo, you got the first round on the first 2 nights, I think. Or did Guy get
Guy got the first round on the first night, and then I got the one in Hula, which was like €110.
Yeah.
And to be fair though, right, it was expensive, but what did that? You got a single, I got a double. I think Crow and Guy got a double.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a double was probably a mistake because
it's literally a full cup.
The woman on the bar was incredibly generous. Like, they're not stingy with it, and it's like, for example, if it's a double vodka Coke, you can only have Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get anything else. So they're not like giving you rip-off shit vodka.
Yeah.
You're getting good vodka, and they're generous with it.
Yeah.
Like, very, very generous.
Yeah, so got some beds there, but I mean, later on, a few days into it, you sort of realise there is cheaper beds if you don't get the ones on the decking, which are literally probably better.
Yeah,
because you're like closer to the sea.
You're on rocks, but it doesn't matter because they're flat rocks.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah, the only thing is you're not as close to the music in the bar, so...
Yeah, but in the day, I think we were okay with that, weren't we?
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah, I don't think you'd really... Like, there's tables and stuff around the actual main centre bit, but I don't think you'd really want to.
No, I'm pretty sure you'll have to book them as well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time, whenever I walk to the bar, like those top tables always said reserved.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have to book maybe like a week in advance.
Yeah, but again,
I wouldn't want a table in the day.
If I went again, I wouldn't bother.
You're not in the sun. You can't lay down. You just like sat on a wooden bench, basically.
Yeah.
So not for me, really.
Yeah, and then we found out even later on that if you go on the very edge ones, they literally like don't even bother coming down.
Yeah, so you can get away with it for free.
But yeah, then Hula Hula in the day is really nice. Then it transitions to about 8 o'clock, the sunset party. Is that what they call it?
Party sounds so gay, but that is what they call it.
Yeah, and that's where they get the music on. There's like the sunset's unreal, isn't it?
Everyone gets onto like this one decking.
Yeah,
and it is sick.
Yeah,
it's so good.
So we'll go over the first day a bit.
Eventful day.
Yeah, so I mean, it was busy on the decking thing, and it was getting really hot. So I said to Leo, like, I need 5 minutes here.
Okay, he was really, really drunk.
I didn't even have that much to drink there.
Let's not lie on here. We had drank a lot that day.
Yeah, because they sell these like litre things,
cocktails.
Again, I'll put a clip on. But there's a clip of the woman pouring it. And I say to Leo, that is literally 10 shots.
Ridiculous.
Like, she was literally just going like this. So you could have one of them and be like absolutely...
You can be pretty pissed off one of them. And like that was 35, I think it was €45.
Yeah.
Which again, on the face of it, that looks quite steep.
Yeah.
But when you actually watch the woman pour it, it's actually good value. Well, it's not good value for money, but
you literally need one.
Yeah. You could go and have one and be merry.
Yeah, a bit merry.
As it's us and Guy and Elliot.
And the first day.
And it was the first day and we were giddy. We took things probably a little bit too far. Thought we had more money than we did. Probably had like 3.5 litres of cocktail each.
Came here with 300 quid.
Yeah, you'll have to overlay that clip.
€20 left. And I came today with €300. You know. What's all that about, do you reckon?
So, the first day, HL actually got my euros out for me before we flew, didn't we? And I sent him the money. And he gave me my euros on the first day. And I went to Hula Hula with €350. And then this was before the even like party bit started. I looked in my wallet and I had €20 left. So
I still don't know where that went though, because you didn't spend that much at the bar.
I can't have.
There's no chance.
I honestly think on that first day, I must have bought more rounds than I thought I had. And that's fine. I'm not got an issue with that, but I think I must have. Because £100 a round. I'm pretty sure I bought 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's £200 gone already.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, again, I went for a quick 5. At least that's what I was planning to do. And I ended up just falling asleep.
You never returned.
On the thing, on the beds that we had earlier. And then I woke up. I think Guy woke me up, actually.
Yeah, Guy came out to find you because we were like, shit, where's HL? And at this point, us 3 that are still there, like, we are stumbling all over the place. Like, we could hardly stand up. It was, looking back at the videos now from the YouTube, it's quite embarrassing because no one else is this drunk.
Yeah, but again, it was just because it was the first day and we didn't know what was going on. It was like,
we were so giddy.
So I fell asleep, woke up, walked to this pizza place. There was another bed out there. Fell asleep again.
Yeah, because that was after the hula party finishes. Yeah. So then everyone walked to this pizza shop, which is like, what, a 2-minute walk away.
Yeah, it's really close.
So we met up with HL again there, and he can't remember this. I don't know how, but we were sat on the wall.
I was fully asleep.
We were sat on this wall whilst, I think Guy bought a pizza slice, didn't he? And HL just like fell back and just fell asleep in the grass. And then everyone started moving again, so we were like, oh shit, it's short, we need to go. So we got up and walked off.
I don't know why. Oh no, because at that point I'd transitioned to the bed, and you thought
you'd gone back. We thought we'd gone all together.
Yeah.
And we were walking back. We were just going to go back to the house and have a few more drinks and then go out. And we were like, shit, where's HL? We were like, what? He's literally despawned from the earth.
It disappeared. So at this point, I woke up, turned around after seeing this pizza place, which is like loud music. It's kind of a bit weird. It's like
an after party at a pizza place from Hula. I think they take advantage of it, don't they?
Yeah. So I turned around and everyone had dipped. So I got up trying to find everyone and found these swimming. I thought they'd be looking for me.
No, we were swimming in the sea at what, like 12 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
And we were battered still, so it's probably quite dangerous. But
for some reason, I was absolutely freezing, even though it was like 25 degrees.
Yeah, you were not in a good way.
Decided to jump in the sea. And then, did we do anything after that?
No, we swam around in the sea for a bit. We were all drunk as well, so we were being a bit wholesome, like hugging each other.
It was
in
so
the
nice.
Sounds so gay,
with the stars and all that.
It was a great moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were all looking at the stars. It was quality.
Yeah, so that's number 1, Hula Hula. We went back later on, and it was just the same, just as good. Like, I think every day is really good there.
Every time we went, we were saving more and more money every time, because it got to the point where we actually realised we can probably take our own drinks.
Yeah, especially if you're right on the edge, like you're not really in the bar throughout the day.
So no one really sees, and you can just sort of...
I also think they don't care.
No, I don't think they're that bothered, really, because we would still occasionally go and buy a drink, but we just had our own Summersby's there.
Yeah.
A couple bottles of vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
So I guess that's number 1. Number 2 was the football days. The Euros were on.
Yes.
And the main place for that was Nautica,
yeah. Nice little bar.
Yeah, bar, music-y type place. Not the most active, but like when there was events on.
When the football was on, it was unreal.
Yeah.
It was quality.
So that was really good for the football. I don't think
that's right on the seafront as well. Like, you couldn't be more on the, harbourfront marina. So you literally walk out the doors and 4 steps away, there's massive yachts.
Yeah.
Nice tables. You can sit there, have a drink at half time, whatever.
And that's pretty much the same for the rest of the places.
Yeah, they're all
right on the front. Looking out to the yachts, thinking, one day, man, one day.
One day that'll be us when the lifted lifestyle podcast blows up, man.
So yeah, there's not much else to touch on that there at Nautica, but it is good if you want to go. And there's a few other bars like next to it that are really good.
Yeah.
Number 3, I would probably say the 7 place.
Yes.
An ideal timeline for a day. The best days were Hula, then
Hula
into
party.
Yeah, Hula party, sunset, 7, and then
I'd say go home first. Then.
Yeah, go home.
Definitely go home first.
Yeah, shower,
get changed, pre-drink pretty hard. That's what I'd say.
Yeah,
we made this mistake of not. We just wanted to be out all the time.
It's always a learning lesson though.
Yeah.
But yeah, 7's really cool because it's like the perfect in between. It transitions from a bar in the day. Brief interlude. So yeah, 7. What were we saying?
We were saying it's a very nice in between.
Yeah.
Before you go to the next place that we'll talk about, but it is sick in there. Like you can, if you've ever been to Beer Keller in England,
similar vibe, isn't it?
Very similar, but better.
Yeah.
Like definitely way better. It's obviously not as like, it's not the same layout as Beer Keller, like loads of benches, but it's basically a place where you can stand up like on a bar.
Yeah, you were feeling about 6 foot on there.
It was awesome. Usually I'm like the smallest person in there bloke anyway. So as soon as I saw that opportunity, I was like, I am getting straight on there.
Yeah. That's a really good place. I wouldn't buy, we didn't buy drinks there though, really, did we?
We bought one that time. Do you remember? It was 20 quid for a single vodka.
Yeah. And we were like, ugh.
I was like, I'm not paying that. No way.
And I mean, it's quite busy and you're dancing and all that, so it's probably not even worth it.
You don't need, as long as you're drunk beforehand, which is why we said pretty hard.
Yeah.
You're going to be sound.
Yeah. So go there. That shuts at about 2, which again is ideal timing.
Yes.
And from there, you can pretty much decide where you want to go. Either call it a day, which would be a good day still.
It would still be a sick day, but there's more on offer.
Wait, before we get onto the big one, is there anything else in the actual
so I'd say
main island?
We obviously went to that nice bar a couple of times, which was very chill, where we could sit outside. We were under like an olive tree, weren't we? We had a specific table that we wanted to sit at.
Yeah.
Again, on the expensive side, but you're obviously in Croatia, all the streets are very small and narrow, so everyone's sort of jammed in, and it's just I'd say it's a good vibe.
Yeah. If you're gonna go for chilled drinks, sat down, or a bit of food, I'd definitely go deeper into the.
Stay away from the marina front and sort of go up the back streets a little bit. And there's so many little streets with so many.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, we only realised that a couple of days in, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's very easy to just stay at the front, but there's a lot of.
We're very good at that. If we find somewhere we like, we will
rinse it.
We will not care about anywhere else and just go there. We're not very good at actually exploring places, are we? Really?
Yeah, but it was good when we went deeper. Again, just sit down and chill out, have a laugh, wear some aggressively tight vests.
What was that called?
I don't remember.
Yeah, my wife beer did not go hard.
Yeah, it was literally just one street back from the main front,
and there was loads, wasn't there? It's not just one bar. There is literally in the space of 50 meters. There's probably
there's
7 or 8, and it's just.
I think realistically, you can go to any. They're all very similar, aren't they?
They're all going to be very similar priced.
And in fact, before we get on to the last one, the only other place that we went to that was really good was on the last day.
Last night,
sorry.
Kiva,
yeah,
I'll
that's
have to check that. Well, I think it was called Kiva or Kiwi or
something like that. And that's very 7-esque, just a bit smaller and slightly different tunage.
Yeah, I actually think if we'd have gone there more, that could have potentially been better than 7.
Yeah,
maybe. But with 7, they just had the extra stuff like the bar you could stand on.
And they were
they were very fancy, setting the bar on fire and stuff. Yeah, sounds dangerous.
The barman was lighting liquor in his mouth on fire and spitting it all
over the bar, so the whole bar would set on fire.
Kind of sounds a bit grim, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. When you're there and you're pretty pissed, you're like, that's sick.
Yeah. Kiva's really cool. That's more like sing-along tunes, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the Gimme Gimme was on there.
Yeah, it's more like your classic white girl tunes.
Yeah, a bit of ABBA.
Whereas 7's more like house.
Yeah.
D&B, sort of.
Yeah.
But not hardcore. It's not hardcore D&B and shit. It's just very chilled, very enjoyable. Is there anything else you want to touch on in?
No, I think they're the main ones on the mainland.
What about in terms of things they could do?
Yeah. The only other thing that I'd definitely recommend would be to go and do a boat trip. Yeah. Especially if you've got a group. If it's 2 of you, you might be thinking it's a bit pricey.
Yeah, and unless if you're in a couple and you're going with like your missus, whatever, it would still be very good. It'd be very nice.
And still, I mean, what was it? 320.
Yeah, and that was between 4 of us.
Yeah, for a full, like literally a full day.
We were on it all day, weren't
and they don't care. They're literally like, what time do you want to stay out till? We'll go anywhere. You can see anywhere.
You can go wherever you want.
Because the worst thing is when you go on these trips and it's like pre-planned and it's like you spend 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and you've got to...
We literally just winged it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And again, unless you've got a boat license, obviously you're going to have a skipper, captain.
Which, to be fair, I think even if I did, I'd still want one.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it then.
Then you can jump off. No one has to be on the boat to like look after it or whatever.
Yeah, it's way better. And a lot of the time, we've been on 2 now in Croatia, 2 boat trips, and the skippers are always sound. Obviously, they're used to like groups of lads going there and just using the boat as a vessel to get drunk, basically. So, yeah, that is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And if you went with like a group of 9-10 lads, which hopefully we'll be doing next year, like the size of the boat and like you could get like a yacht and it wouldn't be expensive at all.
The other thing I'd say on doing a boat trip is rather than picking a person, because there's loads of people like scattered around, rather than picking a person, find a boat that you like,
and then
because it's quite hard. I mean, if you got some bottle, then you could probably say no. But we've said yes to the first person we spoke to.
Yeah.
Because they end up going, oh yeah, we can get you set up on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and then you go, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, fine, why not?
So I think we found a boat that had like a front on with a like cushions and all that.
Nice sofa sort of seating area.
So you can sit on the front. But if you just went up to a person and they say, oh, we've got these 4 and they're kind of all naff, you'll probably end up saying yes anyway.
Yeah,
like, no, we would.
Scared to say no.
So pick
I
a
don't
boat
think we would do that, to be fair.
If it was proper naff.
Like, we were close to walking off from that guy until he actually said like, that's the boat. Obviously your fuel was included, everything. Like it was just 300 quid.
Yeah.
You got everything. So
it ended up being like 70 quid each, which for a full day and literally touring wherever we wanted.
Yeah.
Was
Again,
really good.
If we'd have waited and had more of a look around at other boats, potentially yes, we could have found something better, but this one was
it was perfect.
It was fine. It was sick.
Yeah.
And we booked that on the first day, didn't we? Literally, just, when we got there, we were walking to Hula Hula, and he stopped us, didn't he, the guy? And we just ended
he was a great salesman, to be fair.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah,
he knew his target audience.
Yeah, he did.
And then we had bloody Usyk driving the boat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feel.
So yeah, definitely do a boat trip. It's pretty cheap, and it's really fun.
Yeah. Especially if you're with your mates, right? Even if you ended up being on a ship boat, you're still gonna have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Get
it done. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else that we did that I'd
in
definitely
the day that we touch on. There's like a castle and stuff in there, and like big castle walls, but you can see that boring shit anyway.
It's a big old trek up there as well. I didn't fancy the walk.
Yeah, no, I didn't fancy it.
So in the final place, which, if I was recommending on the timeline, Hula 7/Kiva, whatever you decide, then they shut at about 2, which is perfect timing to go to Carpe Diem.
Which is probably what, if anyone has heard of Hvar and they think, oh, I might quite like to go, that's probably what you'll have heard most about.
Yeah.
Because that's like its sort of, probably its main selling point, I'd say.
Yeah. So the crack with that is basically, again, on the front, right on the left-hand edge this time, you get a little boat trip for €40, was it?
Yes. Well, the boat's free in it, realistically.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's boat trip plus entry. You get on the boat and then actually pay when you're there, don't you? Which makes it seem better in my head because you get to go on a boat, but realistically it's the exact same as if you didn't have to get on a boat.
Even just the experience of getting on the boat with loads of people who were there doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty drunk.
Yeah.
And like they pile people on these boats. Like, how do you think they could probably get on there? Like 40 people?
Yeah, probably 40.
And majority of the time they are busy unless you're like us going like last minute.
I remember the first day, the bloke wasn't even watching.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking when he was just on his phone. And it was only me, you and Elliot on there because we went.
Yeah, too late. It was
probably like 2:30 at the time we went there.
Yeah,
so
you probably want to go between 1 and 2, I think is optimal.
Yeah.
So you get on the boat, but one thing on that, I know we didn't do it, but I was having a look on the website. I think if you're getting a big group and you decide to get a table, which I think if you get a big group, it might be like from a price perspective actually worthwhile. You also get a speedboat there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have to get on the boat where sometimes a bit of a queue. You got to wait like 10 minutes. Sometimes
that is an experience.
Again, like sort of still good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. It's quality.
So it's an option. If you got a group of 10, then it's probably worthwhile.
Yes. I think, we spoke to those other, in fact, they were like in their 50s, weren't they?
Yeah.
On a lad's holiday. There was like 10
funny.
of them, and they clearly had quite a bit of money. And one of them said to me that there was 10 of them, they'd booked a table in Carpe Diem. I'm sure he said it was like, obviously the table doesn't cost, it's just a minimum spend on the table. And I think he said it was £1,000.
Yeah.
Which between 10 of you is what, 100 quid.
Which again, if you're doing 40 quid anyway to get there.
Yeah, it's like...
And if you have some drinks there, you probably end up doing that anyway.
And drinks are expensive there.
Yeah.
That's probably the most expensive place.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's kind of expected.
Yeah, it is expected.
But yeah, that place is awesome.
Explain actually what Carpe Diem is.
Yeah, so you can go in the day, which we didn't do.
No.
I think I'd like to the next time we go, just to have a
It's probably
have
very
a look.
bougie, but I would like to go.
Yeah, it's a small island, which in the day, from what I could see, there's like pools and little beach bars.
It's a beach club, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with just a lot of stuff there.
It's all outside. And then I was having a look. They've got 3 events throughout the day.
Really?
So I think there's a day, which is obviously not really an event, just like chilling.
Yeah.
Then there's a sunset thing.
Oh, similar to like Hula.
Yeah. A bit earlier on, and then it transitions into the night when they get
club.
the DJ on, and they basically have like, which to be fair, you couldn't really tell, but they have different events on throughout the day which you can have a look at. So there was one that was like Black Summit Night, where everyone...
We were there for that, weren't we? And we did go.
Yeah, and we did wear black, apart from you.
Yeah, I didn't wear black. I didn't have anything black.
Like, when you were there,
I didn't even notice anyone in black. Like, I don't think anyone actually knew, to be honest.
So it's more about the DJ that they've got on, I think, for the event. But then it turns into a awesome like club basically, but outside.
The fact that it's on its own island.
Yeah.
Like, you literally get a boat straight to this other jetty. There's like... It looks like a fucking amusement park when you're pulling up to it. Like, there's so many lights and stuff. And, like, it's so clean.
And we could actually see it from our apartment, couldn't we?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Like, probably the best place that I've ever been.
Yeah. It's, like, deep on steroids.
Yeah. So you get there, you get off the boat, then you have to pay your entry, and then you get searched by the bouncers that like to touch males' balls with flashlights for some reason. Don't know why.
It only happened to me on the first day.
And then the second day we went, and HL was like, "Don't go to that one. He's the one who did it." And the bloke, the bouncer, literally shouted me to come over. So I was like, "Oh fuck!" And at this point, I knew what was going to happen. So I'm giggling.
Turn around, you'll start giggling.
I'm pissing myself, and he goes, "HL, you've got a good impression, man." Heels with you.
Spread leg.
So obviously, this big bloke, I've spreaded my leg with ease, and then he's there with a flashlight, and he gives you balls a firm tap, like.
And it's warm as well, so you're not exactly protected.
But yeah, you get searched, then you go in, and there's just fucking people everywhere.
Yeah, it's busy, but not to the point where you can't have a breather.
Yeah.
Again, because it's an island, there's like space at the back, there's space where you can go outside the curtain.
Yeah, you
place,
don't have to be in like the actual boppy place. But again, it's outside, you're surrounded by palm trees.
Yeah.
There's multiple bars.
There's such a
big
it's
DJ
actually
set.
nice as well as being like good music.
It's not grimy and dirty. Like, it's very well looked after. It's just sick. Like,
yeah. So yeah, it's basically pretty awesome. I mean, opens till...
Oh, we were there until like 6 a.m.
Yeah, on some of the nights at least. There's one where we went and it was like, I don't know what was wrong with it.
I think it was the people that were there on that night.
Yeah, there was like a massive group of lads in the middle. And for some reason, again, in Croatia, people like... There's certain groups of lads that dance so... like just creating havoc.
But there's no surprise, right, that they were English.
Yeah, they were actually.
This is a common thing we find, and that why we like usually to go to Croatia is it's like a hidden gem to English people.
Yeah,
I think it's
more
getting
chill,
more popular, but it's very Scandinavian, like European, and so many Australians there.
Yeah.
So it's good because you end up talking to so many people that are from different countries, and like it's interesting.
Plus,
it's
with
good.
the Aussies, they come on the
Sail Croatia.
Sail Croatia, that's it, or Croatia Sail if it's the old ones.
True.
But yeah, Sail Croatia, they're like coming in and out every day. So there's basically a new group of people that come and like all the Aussies are like the good crack, aren't they?
They're sound. Like I haven't met one. Like there's never been any trouble, has there, when we've been in Croatia, other than the one time with football this year. But that was it.
There's a few bloody annoying Americans. But
yeah, I mean,
like not annoying as in like bumping into you and stuff. They're just
like voice annoying,
just jarring.
But no, it's quality, and the diversity of people is sick.
Yeah, so definitely go to Carpe Diem, choose your nights. We went most nights, and there was only one bad one.
Yeah, and also a good point is this doesn't affect us two or Guy, but the ratio of women to men. So if you're a single bloke and you've got a bit of chat, you could have a field day.
Apart from on that one night.
Apart from on the one night where there was loads of lads there. But usually, like, I'd say it's like almost 60-70% to
which is kind of odd.
30-40%. Because most places, like, again, like your Zantis and that, it's all lads.
Yeah. We obviously had our blinders on, like a horse.
I was like this. Don't worry, Hannah.
Staring straight at the DJ.
Any girl that talked to me, I was like... But no, in all seriousness, right, if you were a single lad...
Yeah.
Like, you could have a field day.
If you're interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you're a bloke that likes trannies, that also works.
You might also be interested in that guy, who knows. But...
So yeah, that is that 5? Kiva, 7, Hula Hula, any other bar that you want to go to, Nautica, all of them, the backstreet bars, all of that, and Carpe Diem are the top places to go.
Again, it's not cheap. Like, I'm not going to bullshit you.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but if you're clever about it, and again, when we go next year, which we will be doing because it was that good, we know now that like you can make it cheaper.
That being said, compared to what I have seen of the other places that are, I'm not going to say similar to it because it's definitely a different vibe to Ibiza and all that. It's a lot less like grungy. It's really nice. It's like Italy, but in Croatia. It's like really nice. Compared to them, from what I've seen, I think it's cheaper.
Yeah,
like
probably.
You wouldn't be spending, like, I saw that thing I sent you on Instagram. It was like 15 quid for a bottle of water at
you're not spending that.
It's
to be fair though, we did spend a tenner on a bottle of water.
Yeah.
So
it's a little bit cheaper, but it's always going to be a little bit expensive. So yeah, they're the top 5 places. I think that's a good review done.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could. The only other thing is like places to eat and that, but like
I think it's literally anywhere.
Yeah, like everywhere does similar stuff.
Iced coffee in the morning. There's loads of places you get a really nice iced coffee.
Yeah, we ate at the same place most mornings, didn't we? I don't know what it's called. Otherwise, I'd give it a big firm shout out to all the listeners.
Yeah,
it was banging food.
Yeah, so definitely recommend. Get yourself to Hvar. It's awesome, and we'll be back. So I guess the last thing for the pod is plans ahead in terms of travels, but also I don't know if you want to quickly touch on like your timeline because obviously that's affecting travels a little bit.
Yes, I don't want to go into it
super deep
much
into it
because we don't. Again, on review of the last podcast,
it's just boring, mate.
It's boring, and like I don't want to sit here talking about prep all the time because again, it's not actually a massive deal to me.
It's 10% of your life.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for. I'm not going to lie to everyone. It's for a business.
Yeah.
Like it's for business. I don't want to be, but like I want to be a good bodybuilder, but it's not something I want to.
It's good to show that you can get in shape. And
exactly. So, I don't even know how many weeks out I am now.
11, 12.
I think it's 10 this Sunday. So 10 weeks out. Obviously, in that 10 weeks, again, relating back to the start, this is where I will be 100% all in on bodybuilding and gym, nutrition, everything. From there, after that, it's going to be very much. I will still live like 90% of my year will still be living as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
There'll be the occasional holidays like this one where I don't give a shit and I'll just do whatever I want to do. But it's going to be definitely more of a lifestyle approach, which is where we want to take things, because it's what we enjoy.
Yeah.
And sort of what we preach. And I don't want to live some like fake life.
Yeah, like to us, parts of it is boring, and that doesn't mean that people that do it should be shunned. I was saying to Leo in the car, like, the worst thing is when people that live like that then get clients for coaching or whatever, and then try and like force them into like the bodybuilding living, which again, living like a bodybuilder, you can do it 90% of the time really easily.
Yes,
but if you've got like an event with your mates, or if you've got a holiday,
just enjoy it, man.
Taking cream of rice might be the worst thing.
Like if you're sat in the airport mixing up cream of rice, like if you want to do that again, completely fine. But you have got to think the way we think is there is more to life. Than
it depends what you want, doesn't it? Like fair enough if you want to do that, and you'll probably do really well in bodybuilding. Yeah,
which is fine if that's what you want to do. But again, going back to the prep thing, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I was on prep whilst I was on holiday.
Yeah.
But because I planned that in and made sure I was ready in time, I was able to go away for that week and not have to think about those things and just do whatever I wanted.
Like, you do normal stuff, like try and get some protein, yogurts, and
stay hydrated. I'd do that stuff, but I'm not there like... I wasn't out thinking, oh my God, I need to spike protein synthesis right now. Like, I'm just not going to do that. So, I think that's the approach we definitely want to take forward. Yeah. And that also applies to the podcast as well.
Yeah. So, we'll get to the end of Leo's prep. And then it's kind of all dependent on where we're at by that point. But hopefully we'll have a Bali trip start to mid of 2025.
Yeah, maybe like February, March time. Yeah. We'd also like to do Miami, wouldn't we?
Miami would be awesome. And then potentially a little Prague trip with the rest of the boys.
Yeah, that's
in November.
Back end of this year.
That's the earliest one. Although I'm trying to convince them to go to somewhere in Greece for a little bit of
like Athens,
hot temp.
Somewhere warm.
So that's the plans. I think that's good enough to wrap up the pod.
Summer. What about summer, man?
Summer
next year.
Oh, summer next year.
That should be a big one.
Yeah,
we're hoping.
So hopefully we'll go to Bali in March, because I've done Hong Kong to see my dad, but I've not done the rest of it. And then hopefully in July, pretty much the same time I went to Hvar, we'll probably do Hvar again.
Yeah. So I think from after Bali again, that's probably when we'll be back into that all in, because again we're going to probably want to be in good shape going away for summer. Yeah. So Hvar again, hopefully as well. We won't fly home from Hvar. We'll go from Hvar maybe to like Marbella.
Yeah, I would love that.
Test one of those places out, or maybe after that just go on a chilled week somewhere. Superset with going on holiday with my girlfriend. All of that. It's happening.
I need to take Holly to Greece actually before we go, if we do go.
Yeah, same.
Won't go down well. So that's pretty much it for the pod. Hopefully enjoyed the first episode of the Lifted Lifestyle podcast.
I think it was good.
That was fun to talk about.
Yeah, it was good. Good
so much more enjoyable than speaking about
length and range parking.
LRPs. So hope you enjoyed. We appreciate any support. This is going to be going on a new channel. I'm sure you'll see some clips on the gram as well. Yeah. So subscribe to this Lifted Lifestyle channel.
Share it to your story. Yeah, like that is actually one thing. Even more than subscribing and liking. Yeah. I would rather you share it to your story. Yeah. Obviously, help brothers out. New pod. Good direction. No one's doing this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, this is new and this is enjoyable. So glad we've done it. So hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao bella.
Goodbye.